So hello and welcome back to the Brescia Road to Glory career mode here on FIFA 20. It's back on the channel and it's been a long and worthwhile wait. If you missed the season 2 finale, go back and watch it because oh my goodness, thanks to some Balotelli magic, the Balotelli heroics, his late sprout of goal scoring form, we find ourselves in a very prestigious position, which I am thankful that we're in right now. We have qualified for the Champions League in our third season. Are we Champions League ready? No. Anyways, we're a young, exciting, and prosperous team right here, and hopefully we can translate that form and transfer it over to Europe in the continental competition. It was the main goal from the start of last season, and we went on to achieve it alongside the big boy, the captain, Sandro Tonali. He's going to be another key influential figure into this side, and I can't wait to get Season 3 underway. So if you're going to enjoy the video, you're hyped for Season 3, and you want to see more of the Brescia Road to Glory on the channel, make sure to smack the like button down below, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content, because boy oh boy, we got a lot of it coming. However, this is our look for Season 3. I know, it's a bit out there, it's a bit outlandish, it's a bit funky and fresh. So BCHD, he likes to mix things up here. He likes to do it a bit different, and that's what I like about him. In terms of our transfer budget, this is before the preseason tournament. We have £46 million to spend. We've got a bit of money to splash. However, I'm hearing you guys down below. We've got players that we've signed that we haven't really used or bought or tested before, and I want to keep that in mind. I don't want to go too crazy in this transfer window. I'm just going to simulate past the preseason tournament so we can update our budget, see if we get any prize money from that. However, also another little update before we get into the thick of things. The realism mod is not used right now in this career mode save because there is a newer version that actually works that is coming out soon, and I haven't downloaded it yet. It hasn't been released, but it doesn't look like we've even made it out of the preseason tournament. The main shirt sales going on is Almada, Tonali, and Balotelli, so it's good to see that the fans have a few fan favorites, let's just say. The main goal this season in terms of the transfer window is that I want to swap out players that are a bit older. They're getting on a bit, and you guys have been wanting me to sell them. Instead of buying brand new players to add to the team, I just want to swap out players and upgrade them. And the first one I wanted to go for was a player that we should have gotten last season. However, Stoke City beat us to the race. It is Nuno Tavares. I want to swap him out for Romulo, the aging Italian right back. And this is quite a popular name that has been popping up, so he's not too expensive. We could afford him straight out, but let's just go for the swap deal. And also, you guys have been saying that Donnarumma, he's getting on a bit. I know, he is approaching his later years. So I'm thinking of the swap deal with Erling Haaland, the Norwegian striker who's been tearing it up in real life. And I think he could find a home here in Brescia. That is plan A. Whether it happens or not, I'm not too sure. They could just flat out reject both of the players that we're offering. But for this deal specifically, I don't know why we can't offer Romulo. I'm going to offer up Curcio because that is another wing back that we have at the club. The good thing is with Tavares, he can also play on either flank. So if we need him on the right, he can play on the right. If we need him on the left, he can play on the left. I like a bit of versatility in my players. So let's just offer 3.5. They want £10 million. 6.2 million plus Curcio, and they're going to have to think about it. They've stalled on us, of course. So the reason is loud and clear why we can't trade in Romulo. It's because he's retiring at the end of the season. He's 34 now. He's getting on a bit, and he wants to end his career in the Champions League at Brescia. Fair enough. Alright, so it's our second big move. If we want to compete in the Champions League, if we want to compete with the big boys, we've got to go in for the big boy players, and we've got the man himself, Haaland. I'm looking at Alfredo Donnarumma. He's been a journeyman. He's been a Serie B journeyman. He's been an attacking striker that he's worked his way through the ranks, and it's nothing personal, mate. It's just business. I know you've scored a lot of important goals for us. I know as much as I don't want to sell Donnarumma, and he is a fan hero. He's a fan favorite. He's a club legend. I mean, business is business. We need an upgrade, and we all know he's on the downward trajectory, so we're going to have to accept that. It's going to be a tough one to take, but it's going to be done. I'm telling you now that we're going to need every single player if we want to compete in the Champions League. It is going to be an absolute bloodbath, so we need the players, we need the squad, we need the roster to compete. We're going to sign on Haaland right here for 5 years. We're not wasting any time. No release clause. He only wants 16k a week. Okay, that fits into our budget. The Norwegian hitman, the target man, bought in by popular demand. It's going to be a lovely little partnership. He's joined the Brescia gang. It means no more Donnarumma, but he's a new man on the block. He's going to be forming a new partnership up there with Balotelli, Pinamonti, Esposito, and he's hopefully going to be scoring some Champions League goals for us this season, just like he's doing in real life. And I really believe that he can develop into his final form here at Brescia. 87 strength, 84 acceleration, 84 sprint speed for a big guy like him. Let me know what number our new Scandinavian should have. He's currently rocking the number 30. I don't really see another viable option. Maybe the number 9. Maybe he should take back Donnarumma's old number. And you know what? We're just going to give it to him straight away. Our new number 9, let's get it. And also keep in mind that we're going to be finding out our Champions League group this episode as well. So I'm keen for that. Hopefully UEFA doesn't do us over and place us in the group of death. Alright, so finally we get the Tavares deal over the line. A long stretch of negotiations. They were playing hardball most of the time. But finally our new Portuguese wing back. He can play at the left back. He can play at the right back. And I'm sure he's going to take over the reins of Romulo down the right hand side. We're going to have him for £10 million swapped out for Felipe Curcio. And I just think it's a deal better in the long term. You guys have wanted him down below last season. He is born ready. He's a born winner. And hopefully he can guide us to some glory. But when it comes to Europe, I'm looking for a real upgrade in that central midfield position. And this is a player that I've stumbled across. He's got brilliant potential. He's another Argentine. He comes from the same club as Almada. And for 17.8 million, that release clause is just too good to pass up. He can also play at right wing back if we need, but I doubt he'll get any game time there. And at central midfield, where I really think he can do damage, he's got high work rates. So I want to take part. I want to take advantage of this cheap release clause under his valuation. And let's just bring him in. Hopefully we can get the contract over the line and Nicolas Dominguez can be our third signing of the summer. And there he is, our new number 16. We activated his release clause and he's coming over from Argentina. He's going to be our most expensive and probably our marquee signing this season, to be honest. Nicolas Dominguez is going to bring in that workmanlike mentality, that true grit and true grind to the team. And the 23-year-old, he's just getting started at 80 overall. So welcome to Brescia. Welcome to the road to glory. And let's have some fun in the Champions League. Nicolas Dominguez, welcome on in. To be honest, I think that's where we're going to leave it in terms of signings. I know it's not too much of a shopping spree. We didn't splash too much cash. However, I kind of want to play it by ear. I want to test the waters and see where we are by January, depending on how far we get into the Champions League, what you guys are saying down in the comments below, and how everyone's performing as a whole. I still want to sell a few players, a bit of dead wood, but we're going to need as many players as possible. And we're in our first press conference of the season, so BCHD's got a lot to answer to the media in terms of our transfer business, in terms of what our expectations are this season. But we're going to try our best in all the competitions possible, and that is the main mentality. That is our main mindset going into season 3. However, before we get into our first game of the Serie A, we've got some sales, we've got some departures to report. Actually, only one sale to report on here. It is Nicolas Spalek, the 24-year-old midfielder, for £10.3 million. It's going to make the switch to fellow Serie A club Sampdoria. Unfortunately, we've made the executive decision. We've had to sell him on. He's a Brescia original. However, he's just not cutting it right now. 24 years of age, 74 overall. I just don't think he has a place in the squad. There's way too many midfielders, and we need to cut down on the wage bill. We need to get some more transfer budget in for January, just in case we need an emergency signing, and Spalek has to be the sacrificial lamb. But thanks for all your services to the club. We appreciate it, but it's time to move on. Balotelli's unfortunately picked up a little knock. We're going to give Haaland, Dominguez, and Tavares, all three of our summer signings, their debut against Cagliari away from home. It's our first Serie A game of the season, and it's a 3-1 with Tonali, Vasharen, and Haaland, the debut goal in the Serie A. A dream debut for the Norwegian as we wrap up all 3 points in Sardinia on opening day. And also, guys, let me know down in the comments below, as always, what positions do we need to strengthen? What players do we need to bring in? And in January, we're going to unload. So let me know. Leave your suggestions down in the comments. To start off the season, we've got a few easy, pretty winnable and simmable games. We had 2 away games in a row. We have Torino up next, Verona at home, and then I want to play Juventus and the derby against Atalanta. We're going to find out our Champions League group right after this game against Torino. This is going to be the lineup. Balotelli is back into the team. Tonali, the captain. And of course, all 3 of the summer signings are back in the squad. They just won against Roma 2-1, so interesting stuff. And somehow it's the 1-0 win. Andrea Pinamonti off the bench for Haaland, and he gets the one and only goal to secure us the away day victory again. And here we go. It's the moment we've all been waiting for, the moment we've grinded, we've hustled to be in this position, and there is our name out of the bucket. I don't even know what they're pulling it out of, but UEFA, don't do us dirty. And look at that, Group B we get drawn into with Real Betis. Will come up again. But okay, we got slightly lucky there. I saw a little group of death in there that we avoided. But it's Real Betis. We got a trip to Spain. We got a trip to European champions in real life, Liverpool. So a game at Anfield. And then in Greece, we're up against PAOK. So winnable games there. Obviously, Liverpool is the massive test that we're going to face. I'm looking forward to the European action. In terms of the other group, we dodge Barcelona. They get a pretty easy group in there. Inter get matched up with Bayern. Juventus are in a group with Monaco and Ajax. That is probably the group of death that I was talking about earlier that we avoided. But we can't complain. I can't wait to get our Champions League campaign up and running this season. So let's get cracking on into it. I think we can at least qualify for the round of 16. Another simmable and winnable game up against Verona at home. We've had a strong start to the Serie A, which is a good sign. Verona lost to Roma, Milan. And let's see how we do in this one. It's a 4-0 demolition, boys. We're doing well in these simulations. It's Almada with a double. Visharan and Tonali both on the score sheet. And we get a clean sheet on top of that as well. 3 points. We're 3 out of 3. However, this is where it really kicks off. This is where we flex our muscle and prove our worth up against Juventus away from home. We've always struggled against them. So in our first match before our Champions League debut, let's take them on. Piemonte Calcio. They ain't ready. Here we go. We've never won against Juventus in our tenure here as Brescia manager. Is Season 3 going to change things? I sure hope so. But we got to prove our worth on the pitch now. We've got the players. There's no more excuses. We're a Champions League club. And this could well be a Champions League knockout game in the future. It's our first real test in Serie A. We get to see our new summer signings in action as well. So let's get this party started. Let's get it underway. It's CR7 to get the job done. Ardo wins it back. A risky pass to Tonali. But Armini with confidence won the ball back. Tonali will track the run. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo through on goal. Kistana deals with it well. And we still can't clear the ball here with Rabiot. And now it's Ronaldo again. Kistana deals with it under pressure, and that's what we want. Dominguez. Here we go for Sharon. Over to Tonali. Haaland, little 1-2 between him and Balotelli. They could form a really nice partnership here in Serie A, but unfortunately the Norwegian is offside. He's going to celebrate, and he's realised that the goal's not going to count. Turn from Armini. And here we go, over to Dominguez, and he's going to put the ball through to Tavares. The Portuguese right back will cross the ball into the middle. It's dangerous, but Szczesny covers that one well. Casase, over to Visharan. Visharan fails to get the ball through. He'll try again. Almada quick thinking, but the run from Tavares wasn't continued. Dominguez will cut back over to his Argentinian counterpart, and it's off the post. You've got to be kidding me, lads. Juve playing this possession-based, controlling the game, and it's CR7 with the back heel. Big block from Armini. Tony Cruz with a dangerous whip. Dragowski, why are you punching that? But it might be to our benefit, to our advantage at the end of the day here with Visharan. He's going to hop over that challenge. Balotelli make a run. It'll be Tavares. He's had an explosive debut here in Brescia. He's going to cut back inside. Balotelli over to Haaland. Haaland can find the ball over to Thiago Almada. He's got a man in front of him, but he won't use him in the Argentine. After we fumbled our way through, we've absolutely had a blinder there. And he's shushing the Juventus crowd. He's shown up to the Juventus stadium and shown them who's boss. What a brilliant start we've had to this game. We had a bit of trouble in the box, but Haaland puts that one through. Easy for the number 10 to run onto, and Szczesny in goal should be doing much better. But we get the opener, and we break the deadlock here. Okay, I'm actually kicking myself at the moment. I forgot to press record on the second half, but we ended up winning 1-0. I've just realised after the match, I'm absolutely livid right now, but okay, we got the win against Juve, 1-0. Nothing really happened too much in the second half, so Armada secures us the 3 points. It's our first win in history against Juventus. I'm so cut that we missed out on the second half, and I can't even record this because I'm going to get copyright claimed by UEFA, but the Champions League has now dawned upon us. Here we go then, the promised land, the Champions League background. We get the Champions League aesthetics, the licensing. It's all here as I think we take a trip away to Real Betis, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a look, and yeah, we're away in Spain, and we all know how intimidating that can be. Our first Champions League game, and it's away from home. I honestly still can't believe how we've even gotten here. It's been a surreal experience so far, especially off the back of the Juventus win. So let's go and get this Champions League debut underway. Here we go. It's the pinnacle of European football right here. It's a rainy night here in Betis, but we don't mind because we're traveling Oh, I'm getting goosebumps right now. The hairs on the back of my neck are standing up right now. Shout out to all the traveling away fans, because this is going to be one hell of an intimidating atmosphere. All our hard work, all our efforts in Season 2 have led up to this moment. If we can get any type of result here in Betis, I'll take that any day of the week. They've got Lo Celso, Meunier, Nkuku, Diego Lainez, Juanmi on the bench as well. They've got Kevin Volland on the bench too. They also have Iglesias up top. It's Zinchenko, Nkulu, Musacchio at the back, and Viviano in goal. They've pretty much got a top-notch side that we're coming up to face today. This is our lineup. We've changed it a bit from that Juventus win. Cosa and Bellanova find themselves back into the starting 11. We've got Balotelli and Almada to come off the bench, and it's Viviani and Haaland going to be in midfield. Pinamonti and Haaland up top. Let's get this match up and running. Betis to kick us off. The Dutchman, who's full of talent, full of running, and he switched the play beautifully there over to Viviani. Viviani trying to find someone. The Betis defense are covering all our options at the moment. Dominguez over to Haaland with the turn, and it's Viviano forced to make the first save of the match. Try to fire this one over to Haaland with the header. Pinamonti tries it, and we've been taken down again. And the Argentine finds himself to Pinamonti. It is Haaland with the low pole driver, but yet again it goes off target. Again, it's been a real midfield battle today. We're feeling the fire, we're feeling the thunder that the Champions League is going to throw at us this season. Dominguez over to Haaland now. Haaland cuts back, and Haaland, no, it is Pinamonti making the run. Pinamonti in the box, who'll cut back, and that is surely a penalty. It is William Carvalho. No, it is Nkulu. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the ex-Torino defender will take down Pinamonti, and that has gifted us with a golden opportunity. He really made a meal out of that one. He got the most out of it, and the ref awards it. No questions asked there, and the man who won it will take it. The Betis fans are trying to put him off, but let's try get this one into the bottom corner, and it is Andrea Pinamonti to fire his name into the history books at Brescia here. He gets their first ever Champions League goal, and the young Italian, the number 23, gets us up and running here away in Spain. It's our first Champions League goal. It's Pinamonti's first, and what a way to get it as well. He wins the penalty. He slots it cool and calmly into that bottom right-hand corner. And what a man who rises up to the big occasion in Balotelli's absence. Sir BCHD is absolutely ecstatic. And it's a Haaland running through. He's got some space to work with near. And now Haaland, the Norwegian, he's got a few options into the middle as well. Is he going to take it all alone? No, he'll cross it into the middle. It's a bit of a heavy touch. It's Viviani who can't find that perfect through ball here, and we might have to pay for it as well. Right on added time, right on stoppage time. It is Giovanni Lo Celso. He comes back from his loan spell at Spurs, and he's gotten the equaliser for them. Not how we wanted to end our first half of Champions League football, but it's 1-1 nonetheless. Denali intercepts that, but it will go straight back to Juanmi. And oh my goodness, that could have been the second. Now Cosa. Oh, look at this. Pinamonti finds a runner. Bellanova. Surely he's onside. Bellanova's onside. I repeat, he's onside. The sweaty across to Haaland. And on his Brescia debut in his starting 11, he gets put into the deep end. And in the Champions League, he gets his goal. He finally deserves it after all those shots in the first half. Haaland, the Dutchman at the back post, awaiting Bellanova's delivery. And that is as simple as you like, as easy as you like. And it was that over-the-top through ball from Pinamonti, which really caught out the Real Betis defense. But yet again, we get our second in the Champions League, and it's a flying start here for Brescia. Can Cosa deal with him? No, he'll get past him. And it's a dangerous delivery at the back post. And wow, I have no words. Dragowski off the line. That Dragowski save just caught me off guard here. And Haaland, the Norwegian, who's making his way into the box, he's going to get a debut Champions League goal, and no. And that probably would have been a definite goal last season. That could have been the equaliser for them, but it's quick reactions from Dragowski. Dragowski will clear that away, and that is the full-time whistle. 2 minutes of added time went by like a breeze, and Brescia, thanks to the help of a Haaland and of course Pinamonti from the penalty spot, we secure our first 3 points in the Champions League, and it's a 2-1 away win here in Spain. What a day out, and what a European debut. It's special nights like that which really make you believe. We've got a big task ahead of us, but we've started on the right foot. Straight after that historic European night for Brescia, we have Derby Day at home. Our first match at the Rigamonti this season in Serie A. We're currently on top with Inter and Fiorentina. We'll take on our big rivals from Bergamo. Let's get another Derby Day victory. Fans are out in full voice. It is a derby. It is our first match after our European victory as well, so They're going to have some big expectations. Atalanta are coming into this one as the underdogs, but we all know anything can happen on Derby Day. The Bergamaschi are going to look for some revenge after last season. We got the double over them, and I'm pretty sure that we could do it again this season too. And squad depth is going to be a major factor that is going to play into our success this season. So we've changed it up slightly from our Champions League victory. We've still got the same back four. However, the midfield is going to be Vasharin and Viviani again. Almada will return into the starting 11 as Balotelli up top with the youngster, with the apprentice Esposito. Alright, here we go. Esposito, get us off. Now look at this Freuler. We can't select the defender here. Freuler does us dirty, and Dragowski again takes it past his man. Esposito will find his strike partner in Mario Balotelli. Could he strike one from outside the box? Berisha with a shot stop there. Being cautious, being careful at the moment, but Balotelli will take it past his man, and look at Super Mario straight at Berisha. To run at the Atalanta midfield and their defense. Almada finds the ball over, and that is going to be half-time. It was a bit cagey. It was a bit boring to open up the derby. Our first 45 minutes, there's much to improve on in the second half. Number 22 trying to find a man in the middle. It is Viviani. Vasharin won't continue making that run, but Yari will cut it back over to Viviani. Now Almada, that is brilliantly paid. And back to Almada. It's still not over the line. Are you kidding me? We've worked that brilliantly, and we get denied by the post. But Vasharin, lovely defensive cover. And over to Balotelli. Balotelli finds the ball through. It is Bellanova, the right back of all people. And Berisha gets a hand to that one. Gets down low and denies us. Sharon with the interception. Now over to Sandro Tonali, the captain. Is he going to step up on Derby Day? And Berisha forced to parry away. Or will it be a 0-0 draw, our first draw of Serie A? Or will it be a loss on Derby Day? A shock result here for the Bergamaschi. And Wagnerman can't clear away, and it's not going to mean much in the end because it's remained at 0-0. We hit the post. We've had a few chances, but we didn't take it, and it might be some Champions League fatigue starting to haunt on the side, but it's a poor result in the derby. However, it's not a loss, so it's not the end of the world. And here is the current look of the training setup. We've got Haaland, Pinamonti, Ihadarin, Viviani, and Armini on the 5 training slots. Let me know down below who we should train, but for now, those are the players getting some bonus training in there. So my master plan right here, we're going to simulate past Genoa away. We have PAOK in the Champions League at home, and then we're going to go straight into this next game up against Liverpool. We're at home to Liverpool, but we'll check our results in the other games. We won against Bologna 2-1. We'll see how we did against Sump. We drew 1-1. Against PAOK, we got a 3-0 victory at home. And then there we go, Genoa away, a 4-1 dominating performance. You've got to look forward to the top 2 teams in the group up against it in the Champions League to start off episode 3. That is going to be a European blockbuster on the card for Sir BCHD. But we'll take a look at the Serie A. The Coppa Italia has not kicked off yet as we are in the round of 16. But Fiorentina currently leading at the top of the table. We dropped points for the first time. And then there we are currently sitting in second with 20 points. Inter and Milan are in the top 4. Juventus, after we beat them, haven't really had a good run of form in there at 5th. Lazio in 6th, Napoli and Roma. We also have Spal, Hellas Verona and Parma sitting in the relegation zone as of now. We've got some more Champions League action to look forward to. We brought in some new signings. We made our European debut and we had a really strong start in the Serie A. We made some transfers and we have a pretty healthy budget leading into January. So let me know all your thoughts and comments down below. That is our current look at the squad. It is a pretty decent squad. A lot of growth and potential can be achieved in Season 3. So let's see how far we can take Brescia in this road to glory. If you did enjoy, make sure to slap the like button down below, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you're kept up to date with all the FIFA 20 career mode content coming to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Also comment down below any of your suggestions, transfer signings or anything. I have been BCHD. Hopefully you did enjoy. Have a wonderful day and I'll catch you on the very next episode.